Welcome to the MadTrio podcast. This week we have the California Pariah, Jonathan Charney, James, the Fat Man Stevens, hello, and the world famous Rob, the old guy.
From the world famous Rob Charney Show.
And we're going to start this out with a story I never thought I would have read from Barrons.com, B-A-R-R-O-N-S. House passes bill to legalize marijuana, what that could mean for cannabis stocks. And as a shocker to no one, it's legal in most states except every state.
It's not legal federally.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still a federal crime, and it's still listed as a
Schedule 1 narcotic.
One, yeah.
Which, by the way, if y'all don't know, that's right up there with heroin, meth, fentanyl, and weed right there is about as dangerous as crack cocaine. You heard it.
So, but now this brings up the old question of, are they going to put federal oversight on it now?
So let's see, the House bill.
Are they going to have to get through the USDA, and what other oversight are they going to push on it?
So my thought, if this did actually pass, because I agree with Dad, there's too many Republicans who are scared of the weed until they get the money from it, who don't want it. My guess, it would probably go the FDA to some degree, because I just don't see them. It'd probably be like alcohol, you know? That's the way a lot of the states that make it legal do it. The House bill called the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act. God damn, you guys have long fucking names. Or MORE Act. Remove marijuana from the list of scheduled substances and establish a process to expunge prior candidates' convictions. It will also impose a federal tax on marijuana products. A 5% excise tax for the first 2 years, increasing 1% incrementally each year until the next 3 years. Holy crap! So that's going to be an 8% tax on marijuana products. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Well, what's the current tax on cigarettes?
That's a good question.
Cigarette tax is pretty high.
You know, if you look at it, I think if you got rid of the taxes on cigarettes, I think they're $2 a pack. But to purchase cigarettes, they're close to $10 a pack.
What does a pack of cigarettes go for now? I have no clue. So.
Between $8 and $10. Last I bought a pack, and that was a long time ago. That was at least 3 to 4 years ago, maybe more.
All right, wow.
Let's
okay,
see.
so there's my point. I guess if you look at it compared to tobacco taxes, it's probably not too bad a deal, John.
So this is from IGENtax.com. Mileage may vary. It says California, it would be $2.87 for a 20 pack. And let's see, where is the... It says large
this is 2022. Actually, now it's saying that average is almost $6.
I was trying to find, it doesn't...
They went down.
They went down. Well, that's...
I'm sorry. This was supposed to give me the tax. It says Valm tax.
So the taxes. So hold on. This is the tax in California. This is right off of Google, John. I don't know what you're doing. This is California, $5.89, and taxes are $2.87 per pack.
Yeah, the tax is the tax is $2.87.
Yeah, are you trying to find out what the tax breakdown is?
Yeah,
you said a percentage, right? You
for
said 8%?
State and federal.
Yeah, I was trying to see what it is, because that's the. So it looks like the biggest taxes in California, and the biggest taxes in New York with a $4.35 tax.
$13.
Yeah.
Cigarettes in New York are average between $11 to $13. That's why the mob was getting into tax-free cigarettes, because they were making so much money off them.
So is that why that one African-American gentleman years ago was killed, because he was selling what they called loosies, basically selling individual cigarettes? Because it was
and then neighboring areas to New York neighboring states to New York sell cigarettes at a lower percentage tax rate. So they were just smuggling them across the state border to bring them in and sell them in New York and make some money off of it.
So 36 states and the District of Columbia have legalized medical marijuana over the last few years. 19 states plus DC have decriminalized recreational marijuana use for adults. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jared Nadler is one of the bill's sponsors. If the states are laboratories of democracy, it is long past time for the federal to recognize the experiment and legalize it. Has been resounding success. Never thought that'd come out of Nadler. So it sounds like there may be people who are pushing weed to finally be legal, which is fascinating considering in my dad's lifetime it was a felony.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, at some point in time, I imagine it may become federally legal, at least off of the Schedule 1 that it's on. But, who knows?
It should never be a Schedule 1 narcotic. I have issues with that. You can't equate the two, in my opinion.
So, question: who controls the? So if you have alcohol or marijuana or opiates or what, who controls what class of either drugs or medication they're in?
DEA, I would think.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, FDA.
No, the DEA.
DE Drug Enforcement Administration. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
One of the governmental regulation places. They would probably do.
Yeah.
So
legislation.
Yeah. So just recently, the Federal Aviation Administration fined a pair of unruly passengers more than $159,000, the largest ever penalties for bad behavior on a flight.
How much?
Can you imagine that? So combined, it was $159,000. So it was $81,950 against one passenger, and $77,272 against another, with each incident involving violent passengers. And these people had to be restrained. So the first incident was in July, obviously, of 2021. And that passenger was fined more than $81,000. Get this, it was a female, after she allegedly pushed and threatened to hurt a flight attendant on an American Airlines flight.
So what does she get fined by? Like what agency fines her? Like the FAA or?
Yeah, I think it's the FAA. Wow. I think they're the ultimate.
So if she doesn't pay it, is she banned from flying? Yeah, she go to jail?
Matter of fact, I started the story off by saying the Federal Aviation Administration.
Yeah, you did.
So I didn't hear that.
So listen, Jonathan.
Speak louder, darn it.
And let's see. So what's the other person? Oh, trying to open the cabin door, hitting a flight attendant in the head, being absolutely unruly. So they had to be restrained and taped down to a seat as well.
Was it the duct tape guy? Because did they recently duct tape somebody to a seat?
I guess that's been going on for a while. Where it's the easiest way to restrain somebody is just tape them to their seat.
Yeah, or tase them.
Okay, or tase them, but I don't think they're allowed to do that.
Oh, they should be.
Are there still air marshals on airplanes?
You want peanuts? I tase you.
Yeah, I tase you. Yes, but there's like, I forgot, the percentage is fairly low, but they don't tell anybody that of actually having an air marshal on your flight.
Because I wonder if any of these,
that many of them.
I wonder if any of these instances there was an air marshal and he's like, it's just not worth getting up.
No, I think he has to intervene. So I don't think there was air marshals in either of these flights.
So this is from apnews.com. A man in Germany gets 90 COVID-19 shots to sell forged passes. He's making money the hard way, potentially lethal.
Whoa.
A 60-year-old man allegedly had himself vaccinated against COVID-19 dozens of times in Germany in order to sell forged vaccination cards with real vaccine batch numbers to people not wanting to get vaccinated themselves.
See, there you go, Jonathan. You're afraid of one. Well, look at how many this guy's got, and he's still walking.
There's at some point where those are got to be like lethal, wouldn't you think?
Well, when you place the person's blood with vaccines, probably.
So how much is he getting charged for that?
Let's see. The man from East German, the city of unpronounceable, whose name was not released in lines of German privacy rules, said to receive 90 shots of COVID-19.
90?
90.
90? 90 shots?
90 shots.
And he's still upright and breathing. See how safe the vaccine is?
Yeah, but you don't know his mental capacity now. I'm just surprised. So they don't actually list the charges or whatnot, but I'm actually surprised somebody is doing that the hard way. Plus the fact, I'm surprised there's not some sort of database of that. Of course, I don't think there is that in the
There's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, this is Germany, so I assume they would do something like that. They're usually pretty efficient, but
Papers.
Are you saying the Germans love their paperwork?
Yes, they do.
So, a Louisiana pastor and headmaster of a Christian school is being charged with 3 counts of child cruelty for taping his student's mouth shut for talking too much. He brought them into his office and grabbed some packing tape and wrapped it around their heads.
Wow.
To shut their mouth.
Wait, back in James in our day, they used to just kick us out of the classroom. Are they not allowed to do that?
I know. Apparently not.
Because I remember one instance where the teacher told both of us to get the hell out.
Yeah, and we were just like, okay.
Yay! No homework. Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, that's one way to restrain people.
Damn. What city was that in? What place?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
You know, if you told me what
and did he get
state,
in trouble for that, or was that just
he's being charged with child cruelty. 3 charges.
I thought maybe he was given us an award.
So that's jail time. No. That's I wonder how long would he serve for that? Does it say jail sentences on that?
No, it says that he hasn't been convicted.
I'd love to know what you'd get for that. I'm just curious. Because I bet he'd get 5 to 10 years.
I'll see if he's looking at yeah, it doesn't say he's looking at time yet. It just says that that he's being charged. He hasn't been convicted.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
So from NBC,
I mean, you can look it up and see if you can find something.
At least
one way or the other, his teaching career is over with. At
least he didn't use gaffer's tape or Gorilla tape. Would have taken skin. So NBCnews.com, House passes bill to cap out-of-pocket insulin costs. The measure would limit insulin costs to no more than $35 a month.
That's a good thing.
The only thing I don't know... So here's my question. There's a bunch of different types of insulin. There's fast release, slow release. Some of these have been definitely pharmaceuticals, modified from the original. So I'm curious if this would be
finally
all of them. I may be wrong on this. A little bit of the political sidebar is, didn't Trump try to do something like this and then Biden cancel it?
He said something about doing it, but I don't think he actually started the wheels working. I just remember him talking about it. I just never heard of any legislation or anything being pushed through. I just heard him talking about it.
Let's see, the AHIP, National Trade Associations, whose members provide healthcare coverage and services, blasted the bill in a statement Thursday. While health insurance providers work to reduce insulin costs, this policy would unfortunately does nothing to lower the price of insulin, but simply shifts costs to others through higher insurance premiums and co-pays.
See, I think that's just bullshit. Because then it doesn't really cut the cost of anything. It just makes it
shifts
cheaper.
It says.
Yeah, it just shifts it. It doesn't do anything.
So my question is, seems like other countries were able to provide insulin at a much lower cost. Now, are drug companies absorbing that, or are we?
It doesn't.
When we start talking about drug costs, sometimes you scratch your heads a little bit. I understand that trying to get the R&D back and trying to make money like they're supposed to, but sometimes you wonder at the cost of some drugs. I know that, as an older person, as I go to the pharmacy, sometimes I have sticker shock, when I get my prescriptions, even with a decent medical plan, Part D plan that I have, it still sometimes is, you wonder how many people go without medication simply because they can't afford it.
Lawmakers approved the measure to a 239 to 193 vote with just a dozen Republicans joining Democrats in support. It now heads to the Senate. Especially with something like, I know a number of people who are diabetic, and it's not optional. It's not like, I don't know, name a drug.
Yeah, it's not optional to have insulin. No, I agree with that.
It's life or death. I mean, I would say that and mental health medications. I that's the one thing I'm okay with socializing to figure out how to make it cheaper, because there are people who just need it. It is life-saving in every sense of the word.
Yeah. I don't know. Crazy. So I've got a short listicle here, because there's actually 30 things on here, but I'm not going to read all 30 at this time. But I'm going to go through a couple.
Wait, hold on. Melanie?
Oh, hold on.
Melanie, this is for you. Don't forget, this is we got to find some sort of jingle, but this is Melanie's listicles.
I'll work on that. We'll make a jingle for listicles. So it starts out with, "Are you guilty? Are you guilty?" Now,
no,
the whole thing starts with 30 illegal things nearly every American has done, and I don't think I'm going to go through all 30, but I'll go through a few. All right, here we go. Number 1, singing happy birthday. If you sang happy birthday before 2016, you're breaking the law. The law was copyrighted for $25 million in the 80s, making it illegal for public use.
Well, no, I thought that was only on public airwaves that you couldn't do it. That's why everybody had their own version
in public,
of it, or restaurants.
Yeah, generally, even in public, you weren't supposed to do it. But anyway, who cares? I'm just telling you what it is. Using public unsecured Wi-Fi. If you use a public Wi-Fi without permission, called piggybacking, you could be punished with fines and even jail time in certain states. Who knew? Downloading music. I know everybody's done that. Even the new guy that just joined us here.
I don't know anything about downloading music or
nothing.
Stripping music off of YouTube.
Yeah, I never.
Hold on, that's not even a thing that's possible. I don't think no one can know.
I've never used
Napster
or LimeWire. Never. Never.
No. Wow, is LimeWire even around anymore?
No, there's Napster.
No.
I didn't think so. That was old guy whiplash there for a second when you named that.
That was back in the day when you got a Metallica. You download a Metallica track and it would be like tiptoeing to the tulips.
Are we?
I'm on a listicle here right now.
Are we on right now?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going. You're late.
This is Melanie's listicle.
So now's not the time to bring up how long I did that for.
Nobody admits anything. We know nothing. Yeah. We say nothing. We see nothing.
And two words: plausible deniability.
Yeah, don't forget everything.
This is all hypothetical.
Don't forget everything Ryan says is for shock and awe comedic effect.
Correct.
All right. So, and then the other thing, of course, is streaming shows and movies. No, we don't. Nobody would do that.
What is streaming?
Yeah, exactly. How about this one?
Is that a backwood?
Thought of you today, buddy.
Nice.
So that's why you take medication for streaming, right? To help you stream?
I do.
Flags?
No, the medication specifically for low bandwidth.
To help you clear the tubes.
Okay, so sharing an account password. So if you think you can bypass paying for streaming device or something by using somebody else's password and login, I don't know anybody that would do that.
Wait. There's passwords?
That's illegal.
For what?
Can't do that either. Can you imagine that?
Who uses passwords these days?
It's like the person who pays for porn. Who does that?
Yeah, no, I can't even be friends with somebody who pays for porn. That's just ridiculous. James, you know what this smells like, dude?
Ass.
This smells like poker.
Yeah.
Not that the audience can see Ryan Laney in his
No,
cigar.
yeah, I got a cigar.
He's
Yeah,
he's
James
doing
and I
a
used to smoke while playing 9-hour marathon poker games.
he's doing a visual
Yeah.
gag on a podcast. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Week in Radio.
All right,
He's got the mustache for it.
As I keep moving along here,
See the previous
All right,
comment
go
about
ahead.
paying for porn. Yes.
So, how you guys been? What's new?
Well, we're waiting for Rob to continue with his list.
Oh, we got a list going. Okay, what's the list?
It's Melanie's listicles.
it's
It's-
30 illegal things that everybody's done at least once.
Okay, keep going before somebody
Okay.
interrupts.
All right. So we keep going here. Using a fake name online. Now, I didn't realize there's any law against that. Who says? that
Shit,
you
I
can't
use a
Wait,
fake
wait, wait.
name to order pizza.
Yeah, no
Hell,
kidding.
I do in
don't-
Starbucks.
I would never use that. I'm guilty
So
of
wait.
this.
Is it like a fake name for like a username? Because usernames are fake names.
So you wanted to register for a website, but you didn't want them to spam your email. So you put in a fake information. So that's according to Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. You apparently
See,
that's illegal to do.
now, what if the name is actually a sibling of yours that you just want to spam his mailbox?
Hey, it's all right with me.
Okay, I've done that.
Not that you're not admitted to anything.
I
I've
always
used a plethora of fake names over the years. My go-tos are Bruce Wayne, obviously, and Mike Ehrmantraut. Ring any bells?
It does, but it's not
Mike
coming to mind.
Ehrmantraut was the fixer from Breaking Bad.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
They only
Okay,
ever
now
said
that
his last
everybody-
name like once or twice, but you know.
Now that everybody knows, look it up. You'll find Ryan.
Mostly for pizza.
Okay, here we go. I know this one. This one everybody's done, right? Making a bet with your friends. So it doesn't
That's
matter if it's
illegal?
poker or whatever it may be, fantasy football. The Illegal Gambling Act of 1970 makes it against the law to wager with friends. Does that mean you can wager with non-friends? And
I
if
guess.
the amount exceeds $2,000.
Oh.
So if you
if
go
the
over
amount
$2,000,
exceeds- I see.
yeah, you're officially running a illegal gambling operation. So
This-
I,
this is why I always vote
I
with
wouldn't even think
So-
of gambling that kind of money. That's
Yeah, right.
beyond my pocketbook.
Yeah.
so technically pachinko would be legal because that's how Japan how those countries do pachinko. You get balls
Yeah,
and
well,
you go
that's, we're talking about United States here. How about drinking in public? So you love to picnic outside and drink some
Well-
wine, or you step out of the bar and catch some fresh air and still drinking. You know, it's against the law in most of the states.
I was
in the
gonna
United
say
States.
not Las Vegas.
No,
Or
not
Louisiana,
Las Vegas.
if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I think Reno too, right?
It may be all of Nevada. Yeah.
I think
I
it
don't
might
know.
be at least the cities for sure, because I know New Orleans is the same way, but I think that's just city and not the state.
Louisiana statewide, right? I don't know. Could be, but most people do that now. And besides, what you know, this is the part of the pandemic I never could understand, where you could drive up and get your alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
does that
that.
work?
You'd get that in the to-go cup.
Mm-hmm.
you know there was an age. Well, let's just say there was an age until another age where all I did was drink in public.
Okay,
I mean, just nowhere else to do it.
that's right. Hey, couldn't do it at home.
Right, parents there and shit. You know, I
So
can
we
talk
add
all
to
the shit
this-
in the world because I retired undefeated. So
So public intoxication is another one. So that fits in with Ryan's talking about right here. He was intoxicated.
No, he only drank in public.
So unless you live in Nevada, Montana, Missouri, public intoxication gets you in big trouble. So in Indiana, you can be up to 180 days in jail for being drunk in public.